Hey guys, how's it going? It's That Nerd Ryan here, and today we are going to be talking about my personal opinion on Disney Canon. Now, I do want to start this video by reminding you that this is my opinion, and it's not known fact. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinion, whether you like Disney Canon or you don't. Just remember, everybody's allowed to have their own opinion. Also, I want to make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and follow me on all my social media down below. Let's get into the video with that. So, this is going to be controversial, and I understand that well. But I do want to talk about Disney Canon and why I do enjoy it. So, you're going to say that basically there's so much more Legends material than there is Canon. Legends was so much better than Canon, blah, 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 blah. I respect that, and I respect Legends. Heck, I have a podcast that is the Legends versus Canon podcast, which you guys should check out. Last month was Legends Thrawn versus Canon Thrawn. But yeah, so basically we were... But in my opinion, I like Canon because I was able to catch up with Canon. And what I mean by that is Legends has basically 20 plus years of material, starting with Splinters of the Mind's Eye, all the way up till 2015 of basically content. And with Canon, we have from basically 2014, along with the movies and shows and stuff like that, all the way up till now to catch up with. Now, I know that also sounds like a poor excuse, but Disney Canon is more concise. So we have had a few retcons in it, such as Poe being a smuggler, which was also worked around, and stuff like Cobb Vanth's backstory, which can be worked around with some mental gymnastics and stuff like that. But Legends Canon, oh my god! Legends Canon has so many different tiers. For example, there's like 5 different ways the rebellion was founded. And that's just literally the Rebel Alliance being founded. That's one focal point in that. There's other things such as Boba Fett's history of being somebody with a completely different name to being Jango Fett's son to just a whole bunch of different stuff. And now we have the concise thing of Boba Fett was a clone of Jango Fett, and basically where we're at right now with Book of Boba Fett, which is what I talked about last week, so make sure you guys check that out as well. But the fact that there is so much content in Legends, and there's literal tiers of what counts as canon in Legends, it just is so much more simpler with Disney Canon. Because, like I said, there's a small retcons here and there, but either they do try to work it out, or you can try to figure it out yourself. So, for example, with the whole Cobb Vanth thing, Cobb Vanth was introduced in basically interludes in the Aftermath trilogy. Those interludes could be taken more as folklore than as anything else. So, the whole story of Cobb Vanth basically stayed the same, except a few things were changed, and you could take that as folklore of this marshal that ends up being Cobb Vanth. And then Poe being a smuggler, it turned out he was a smuggler in his teens, and then he became a New Republic pilot. So it still ended up working out, and not him being a spice runner overriding his New Republic stuff. So, another thing what I like about Disney Canon is that it is all connected in a very easy to understand way. As in, usually the books that come out are tied into the closest events that are happening with the shows and stuff like that. Now, that's not true with the High Republic, and that's not true with Thrawn Ascendancy and stuff like that, but think about this. When Rogue One came out, we got the Catalyst, we got Rebel Soul, I think it's called. I can't remember, that's a Kid Rock CD. I can't think of Jin's young adult book. Or when Solo came out, we got Last Shot, we got The Mighty Chewbacca, and The Force of Fear, which I'm reading as of recording this video, and for a kid's book, I actually like it. And you get so much content around a movie coming out that you can understand where it all fits in. Now with Canon, kind of, they let any type of book, or with Legends, they let any kind of book kind of release at any time frame, and you'd be jumping around. But usually, it's been basically staying mostly concise with Disney Canon on where books are coming out in a certain time frame. Now, the only thing that I don't like about Disney Canon, that I like about Legends Canon, is we really haven't explored past Episode 9 as of yet. Emphasis on that. And we really have barely touched the surface of before Episode 1. At the time of recording this, we only have one audiobook, or audio drama, one book, a few comics, and then all of the High Republic stuff. So really, we haven't really touched the surface outside of the Skywalker saga, and that's something that I know they're exploring later on, especially with the High Republic and stuff like that. And I hope we get post-Episode 9 coming up soon, because that is something I'm really interested in. Also, what I like about Disney Canon is there are many different forms of media. So back in the Legends timeline, we only had the movies, 1.5 shows. Why I mean 1.5 is because the Clone Wars and Clone Wars kind of walked over each other, and also Clone Wars ended early due to Disney buying it out, even though we got the finished 2 seasons that we didn't get ahead of time, and that was still considered Disney canon. So now the Clone Wars is kind of just considered Legends. We also had Ewoks and stuff like that, and a lot of people don't even consider that Legends on its own. They just considered it a spin-off that's not even has anything to do with Legends, which Ewoks is great. I've watched a few episodes. I love it. And then we had books, comics, video games. So here we have the movies. We have Clone Wars, Rebels, Resistance, The Mandalorian, The Bad Batch, and a whole slew of others coming out very soon for TV shows. We also have a ton of comics rotating around very important characters in very separate time frames between movies, before movies, in between 3 and 4, in between 6 and 7, and stuff like that. We also have books as well that are covering basically 200 years before Episode 1 all the way up to Episode 9. So it is basically turning into... We also have video games that are okay, I guess I should say. Jedi Fallen Order was phenomenal, but Battlefront and Battlefront 2... Battlefront needed some work. Battlefront 2 redeemed itself. Squadrons, I liked it, but it needed more, in my opinion. While Legends had a ton of video games, phenomenal video games. I am not bashing Legends video games. I'm not bashing anything on Legends. I just like that we've had... Basically, my point of this video is I like that we've had a fresh start where fans can jump in and be able to understand the canon in a very concise way. Legends, what I mean by not being concise is we do have, for example, great game Republic Commando, but there's also the Republic Commando book series that has barely anything to do with the video game, especially in the first book. And we have stuff like Force Unleashed, and then we have the tie-in books that barely have anything to do with Force Unleashed. Here we have Battlefront, then we have Battlefront Twilight Company. The only reason why that didn't have much to do with the game is because Battlefront had no story to it. Then we have Battlefront 2 with the prequel of Battlefront 2 Inferno Squad, as well as stuff like Squadrons being able to be tied into the Alphabet Squadron trilogy, which, by the way, Alphabet Squadron is my favorite trilogy so far in the new canon. So tell me, guys, what you think in the comments below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell. Follow me on all my social media down below. And also, if you could, in the comments, recommend some Legends books for me, and I will for sure check them out. Maybe we'll bring it up in a topic in the podcast. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's that Nerd Ryan reminding you, we're all Jedi Masters on the inside.